Welcome back to the Living Higher series of Shiurim. It's a new year, new opportunities, which brings us to this week's topic. Why is it so difficult to start over? Why is it so difficult to make a fresh start? One of the things we all want to do during this time of the year, right after Rosh Hashanah, before Yom Kippur, during our Seres Mitzvah, is we want to start again. We want to start fresh. Whatever it is in our past that we're not happy with, whatever it is that we've been doing, that we don't want to continue doing, or that we haven't been doing, that we'd like to start doing, but we want to make a fresh start, we want to start again, we want to become new people. That's what we're trying to do right now. The question is, why is it so difficult to make a fresh start? Why is it so hard to start over? The reason it's so hard to make a fresh start, and the reason why so often we say we're starting over, and the inspiration lasts a few days, a few weeks, maybe a couple of months, and then it's gone. And we look at ourselves, we realize that we're right back where we were before we made our quote-unquote fresh start. The reason why it's so difficult is because while we think we're making a fresh start, in reality, we're usually not. Because in order to make a start, in order to have a beginning, you have to have an ending. Without an end point and a new start point, it's nothing but a continuation. You have to close the previous chapter. The reason why we usually don't end up making a fresh start is because that despair, despondency, whatever it is that we were struggling with, that we want to leave behind, we take that right in with us to our new start. The first avodah after Rosh Hashanah, the first thing that we have to work on after Rosh Hashanah is don't take last year's baggage into the new year. That's so last year. Last year's baggage belongs in the past. It's gone. It's behind us. We're moving ahead past. Erev Rosh Hashanah, I was in the dentist's office with my daughter, and they had in the waiting room, they had this retro, like Pac-Man arcade game. And I was thinking, I don't know about you, but so often when you play Pac-Man, so what happens? You have a little guy, you're zooming around, eating those little dots or whatever they are, and then you're trapped in a corner with these two monsters coming from both ways. So what do? You hit restart. And you start a new game and you try again. But just imagine for a minute, if when you hit restart, the game started again, and you were still in that corner with those two monsters coming at you, about to jump on top of you. What kind of restart would that be? That wouldn't be much of a fresh start, would it? But so often, that's what we're doing in our lives. We're saying that we're restarting, we're starting fresh, but we're starting exactly where we left off, with the same baggage that we're trying to leave behind us. We're bringing that into our fresh start. So what do? How do we start over? What we have to do is we have to believe that what was in the past is the past. And while it may have shaped who I am right now, and it obviously had an impact on my present circumstances, but it doesn't have to hold me back from the future. I can write a new chapter. I can make a plot twist in the story of my life that I'm writing right now. I could leave whatever it was behind me. It does not have to come in with me. You have to ask yourself this question. Do you really believe right now that you could start again? That you can make a fresh start? And that whatever happened in the past is irrelevant? And that you have the ability to move forward from it? If you don't believe you have that ability to move forward from it, how can you make a fresh start? How can you start over? Why is it a new start as opposed to a continuation? We say in davening, "V'hasar satan milfanenu o me'acharenu." Remove the satan from in front of us and from behind us. So everybody goes, we understand what it means to remove the satan from in front of us. Where we want to go, where we're heading, that's something that's trying to prevent us from getting to where we want to be, from becoming the people we want to be. We understand why we're asking Hashem to remove that satan. But what about the satan behind us? What does that mean? So it's said over that satan is our past that's trying to hold us back. That past that doesn't want to let go of us, that's holding on tight and saying, I'm not going to let you move forward. You're going to be stuck in the past. Leave that satan of the past in the past. Leave him in the rear view mirror. And this is how tshuva works. We've spoken about this before, but the Kedushas Levi and Megillas Eicha, the Berditchever, the Heilige Berditchever, what he tells us is that when a person does tshuva, he becomes a Beria Chadasha, a new creation. He becomes a new creation. And then the Kedushas Levi says, and you have to believe that when you do tshuva, you're becoming a new creation. For if you don't believe that you're becoming a new creation, then chas v'shalom, your tshuva won't help. Now this is a very scary concept. It's very inspiring as well. But what he's saying is, if you don't believe that you're making a fresh start, your tshuva won't help. And on a practical level, this makes so much sense as well. If you don't believe that you can make a fresh start, if you don't believe that you can move forward and leave the past behind, of course your tshuva won't help. What kind of tshuva is it if I take my baggage and I bring it in with me? The new me has the exact same baggage as the old me. What kind of tshuva would that be? Our avodah right now is we just had Rosh Hashanah. And while everything seems linear, and it might seem like today, it's just a continuation of last week, but in reality it's not. This is a new opportunity. Whatever is going to happen this year is being decided right now. It is not a continuation of last year. And we have to work on believing that, on internalizing that. And if we can internalize that, and if we can believe that it's a new opportunity, it's a new year, we can move forward and we can leave the past in the past. Let's try to live a little higher, and let's realize that no matter who we are, no matter what we've done, we can always start over, and right now is the time to make that fresh start.